Hey YouTube, it is Bo-Pah,
And Boatie.
and we're finally making an update. I know everyone's been asking, and I'm working on a labor and delivery video. We have so much footage. I didn't realize we had like hours of footage, and I'm trying to minimize it into like 15 minutes, which is crazy hard. Um, but I'm still working on that, so I apologize.
Okay, so we're gonna start off by saying before we came home from the hospital, before we got discharged, they had to do the jaundice test on the baby. So they did the test, and the result was that his blood count was low, and so they sent us home with a thing called a bilirubin blanket.
Yeah.
It's like a light blanket that we had to put on him and leave it on for at least 3 days. And then that was kind of rough because he didn't like it at all.
No.
Because we had to have it on all the time, even with feeding, even sleeping, and also when we have to change his diapers and things like that. So it was pretty rough.
Yeah, and it was like this belt. I don't know, where's my hands here? Like this long, and we wrapped it around him, just in his pamper, and then we swaddled him with the blanket, and it was hooked into a machine, so we couldn't move him. We could only stay like so far away from this machine, because if not, then it would unplug, and so that made our first night at home very difficult because in the hospital we didn't have to use it, and so when we came home, um, it was a lot harder than we thought. Um, and the first night it was crazy. Um, we came home, everything was fine. We are so glad to be home and in our house, and I remember we got him a bath and everything, and then we wrapped him in the blanket, and we're thinking, okay, we're gonna lay down just like we had in the hospital, because at night he was going to sleep really good. He'd only wake up to feed, and that was it. And it was not like that at all.
His feeding time is every 3 hours, so he's like clockwork. Every 3 hours, he gets up, he's cranky, he's fussy, he's ready to eat. So and of course she's not nursing, so we're doing the bottle, the formula, and it's a lot more work because we prepare the milk, put it in the fridge, and then we have to heat it up, you know, and then heating it up, and then we gotta make sure it's all right and give it to him. But the one, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was fussy, so it was my shift to feed him. So, when we feed him, he also, at the same time, he needs changing. So he smelled like poopy. So, and I got up and I put him on the changing table, and she heard me, so she got up to help. So, I took the diaper off, and I didn't take it off completely. Like I just unfold the front, and it looked like he was still pooping. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna close it and let him finish pooping before I completely change him. And then we waited for maybe a minute or so, and he looked like he was done. So I went to open up the diaper again, and all of a sudden, like this major, it was like a fountain. Poop just came flying up towards me, right? So my first reaction wasn't to cover the diaper up, or wasn't to put my hand up to block it or anything. I ducked. Yes, people, I ducked.
She ducked, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I put my hand right over his butt to block the poop. And meanwhile, like she said, she's ducked. Like she literally ducked, and she's kneeling down on the floor. And so I'm blocking the poop. Meanwhile, his little pee is facing up on his stomach. So then he starts peeing this way. So poop going this way, pee going that way. And I'm like, go get wipies. So she runs to get wipies. And it was so hilarious. Afterwards, we were laughing so hard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at us. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, why would you duck? Who ducks? Like, I would think your instinct would be to close the diaper back up because you see poop coming out.
I don't
Because
know.
she
It was a
said,
life and death situation.
no, because she goes, oh, look, he's still pooping. And then he pooped. It wasn't like she opened it and all of a sudden just squirted in her face. No,
No,
because
I remember all of a sudden.
no, because I specifically remember her saying, "Oh, he's still pooping." But yeah, so crazy. And that night, like I said, he was fussy. We had to keep that. It was our first night to try to keep that belt on him, and it
And
was a
it
mission.
goes on top of the skin. So, you know, if you have something on your skin that's like cardboard or, you know, whatever, that the material, it's going to irritate your skin, you know?
And then we were worried because, of his umbilical cord that was still there. It was crazy. We had an appointment the next day for them to check his levels from the Billy Ribbon Band. And so we went in the next morning. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. We had to wait there for his lab results to be done. So we're all three in the room falling
Falling asleep.
asleep. Like it was crazy. We're zombies the next day. So yeah, that was our first night was out of control. But things have gotten better since then.
Yeah.
Um, we had the like I said, we had the belt on for 3 days, so we got better with the belt. Um, and his levels went back down, and thank you Jesus, he doesn't have jaundice anymore. Um, so
And
yeah,
and his the cord came off.
yes, it came off when
So,
he was what, like a week old,
yeah.
maybe 8 days old, something like that. And yeah, and he's sleeping. He's sleeping pretty good. He only wakes up when he is hungry at night. Um, but we noticed that he started to have he's having gas, and it causes him to be really upset, and he'll cry every time he farts, which is so cute. But obviously, like it makes us worry because he's crying, and we're like, "What's going on?" And then he'll fart, and so we've been trying to do things to help him. Like we have the gas drops, and we're burping him. We're making sure we're getting good burps.
So she gives him the gas drops first and then feed him. And then halfway through the bottle, what she does is burp him in between. And then after he's finished the bottle, she burps him again. And that seems to be helping. And then have him in this upright position.
Yeah, for up to 30 minutes. And he gets pissed off when I try to burp him in between his feedings. Oh my goodness, he'll scream and cry.
Like there's no tomorrow.
Right. But yeah, so and he was sleeping in a bassinet when we first came home, and that was actually working out really well because we put it right by the bed, and he was, I could swaddle him and just lay him in it, and that was it. But then once we noticed he was really gassy, and I think that he has a doctor's appointment coming up, but I'm thinking he might have a little bit of acid reflux too. Excuse me, I'm not quite sure. But he seems to be swallowing a lot more. Like he seems to be just swallowing like randomly, and and I think that that's what it is. So we've been having him sleep in his swing, because it's more of a sit up position, and so to help that, after he eats, because obviously after he eats in the middle of the night, I would normally lay him back down, but I don't want to lay him flat, so I put him in this swing, and that's been working out really well. And it seems to be helping because he's a little less fussy, and he's tolerating the gas a little bit more, although he's still, it still kind of bothers him.
He doesn't cry when he farts anymore. He just like
No.
does a little grunt.
Yeah. Um,
The lisping.
the list. Oh, well, but let's just talk about him.
Okay. How
So,
about
yeah.
you? How about your healing?
Well, yeah. Coming home from the hospital was not what I expected. My legs got really swollen, which that happened after I had Isaiah. But like I said, I had a C-section with him, so I thought that maybe this time would be different, but it wasn't. My legs got swollen. My toes got swollen. Like my toes look like Tootsie Rolls or like the Vienna sausages. Like it was crazy. It hurt to walk.
Yeah, it
Um,
was really, really swollen.
what else?
Um, the doctors put her on pain meds. Like just I think it was ibuprofen.
I was on ibuprofen, and then I had some other pain medication. I forget what it was called.
Yeah,
And then honestly, the pain medication, I really wish I could have had it longer, like the actual strong kind, because it hurt. I mean, like it was no joke. I thought that having, you know, having him naturally would be less pain, and it was less pain, not like a C-section, but I did have a lot of problems, and that's how come we didn't do any updates because I'm like, I'm feeling like crap. I could barely sit. it was a mission to do everything. I felt I was having a lot of cramps. I had to rinse like twice a day because of bleeding, um, and just because it, when I would bleed, I would seriously feel like I was having cramps or like really bad cramps, and then I could feel my uterus contracting back, so I was having contractions still, um, and it hurt, like big time. Let me see. Oh, I was having like sharp pains like in my back and kind of like where my rear end is. And even at one point in time, I had him and I was standing up because I was going to give him to someone, and I completely like my legs gave out on me. I mean, I still had him. Everyone ran to like get him, but that was scary because obviously like I didn't feel it coming. It just all of a sudden came on. Um, I ended up getting a an abscess down there in that area, and I didn't know what was wrong. I messaged my doctor and I was like freaking out. And I went in, and turns out I had an abscess, and they had to drain it in the office. Which, oh my goodness, I screamed, like literally, I screamed, and I'm sobbing in the office because it hurt that bad. So then I had to heal from that. I had to soak in Epsom salt. Is that what it's called?
Epsom salt.
Yeah. So yeah. So it was not pretty. I could feel. I don't know, this is TMI, but whatever, because this whole pregnancy has been TMI. I feel. I swear I could feel my vagina, like I could feel it, and you're not supposed to feel your vagina, but I could feel it. It was. I felt like it was gigantor, like gigantor, for real, for real. Like, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna keep describing that, but seriously, like it was not. It was not normal. Um, and I didn't realize it was going to be like that. But hey,
She said it felt like it was gonna fall off.
I swear, I would like stand up and feel like my vagina was going to fall off. Or like I would, because I was walking funny. Um, I was walking like more waddling than I did when I was 9 months pregnant, because I could feel it in between my legs. And it was, okay, it reminded me of like a football, like a Nerf football, like those Nerf, yeah, like NFL football. That's what my vagina looked like. It's so horrible, but it's true. I'm just telling you because whenever I watch a baby story or all that stuff, you never hear about how your
I
body
don't
is
think you described
afterwards.
that to me till now.
A Nerf football?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what it. Because seriously, like, and it wasn't just. Okay, I'm gonna stop describing it. But what I'm saying is, you never hear about all this stuff, and I'm telling you right now, it wasn't like wonderful and great. And I had him, and I just had a little bit of whatever happened to me. No, it was a lot, and it was a lot to take in, and it was hard, and I would cry. And I'm like crying, telling her like I thought this was supposed to be over, like I'm supposed to be happy now, like why is my body doing all these things? And it was rough. So that's a lot of the reason why we didn't do updates. Even on Facebook, we hardly did updates because I was trying to concentrate on one, my mother was here, just being with my family and trying to get up every day and just be okay with and knowing that it's eventually going to get better. My body's going to heal. It's only been a couple of days. It's only been a week. It's only been 2 weeks, like I'm going to feel better. But it's been hard. And even now, I'm still like, I still have my moments where I'm like, isn't like, am I gonna be normal
She
yet?
doesn't feel like her 100% self.
No, I don't.
So, and she's so used to being very active and doing so much. So now that she is limited, she gets very upset.
Yes, and it sucks. Like, I cannot wait to work out to the point where I'm sweating and my heart is racing. I can feel it pounding in my chest because I feel so not me. Like, I'm ready to get back out there and, but I still have 2 weeks, so I'm trying to be patient and patient.
She wants her mojo back.
I do. And me and time are not getting along right now because I just had to wait. So I'm trying to. I'm working on it. But, all right. So basically, yeah. Me and my body healing has been one of the things that we have been going through, and it'll get better. It's almost there, hopefully.
Oh, and this is an Um, I know it's probably not, but I work like an hour away from home. So recently, I went to this interview. Interviewed for a closer, same company, for the hospital, but it's gonna be like 10 minutes away from home. So last week, was it last week?
Last week. Mm-hmm.
Last week, I found out I got the job.
Yay!
So I took it, and on the 26th will be my last day at my old job. So I will be like 10 minutes from home, from
Not
the
even.
family.
Yeah, 10 minutes walking, so like 2 minutes driving. So it's gonna be great because she'll be home and closer, and that's 2 extra hours a day she's getting back from not having to drive, and everything is just working out lovely
Yes.
in that department. And she's been really good with helping me. Like, how many minutes are we at? Okay, we'll try to sum it up really quickly, but I just want to say she's been really good with helping me. I do watch him at night the majority of the time by myself, and that's my choice because I feel like she's the one working and I should be the one in control. And I've actually had a hard time letting her do things at night because if I know she has to wake up early, I feel really bad, but I'm getting better at that because she was like, "You need to let me help you." Like we were actually kind of bickering about it because I'm like, "But you're gonna be so tired," and but I've been letting her, and we have a really good system down. So,
Yeah.
but okay, I guess we'll end it at that because, like I said, we have so much to talk about, but we'll work on the updates since I'm feeling better and we're able to. She was off today, so we decided just to do it, and I'm definitely gonna work on this labor and delivery video and have it up. I'm gonna give myself within the next 5 days. It will be up. At least the video footage. Us talking about it is completely different. But yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it. I don't know. Do they want to see the baby?
Well, he's sleeping, but you can say, hey, how you doing? I'm sleeping. I'm in my pajamas.
I'm getting bigger.
Yes. He is a month old and a day today. So, and we'll have to record him separate a different time. So thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for supporting us. And yeah, thank you so much to all our new subscribers, our old ones, all the positive comments. We get them all. Obviously, I have not responded to anybody in a while. I apologize. Um, I do sleep when he sleeps. Obviously not right now, but normally I do. And I'm trying to get the hang of having to function and do everything and, still be a mom to a newborn. All right, YouTube, thanks for watching, and we will be back soon.